Maybe if we play as a team, I have 100% belief in the team. If we play as a team, I'm sure we'll get far. We'll get far in the World Cup. We just need to play as a team and be disciplined. And with this, we'll go far.
Okay, John. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Sports Tonight. A lot of questions on Twitter, but let me just quickly run through the other stories and see if we can get Sonny Young on the line before we go on a break. The Super Falcons will be playing the second leg of the African Women Championship qualifier against Rwanda in Kaduna. Kaduna looks like it's the new home for the Super Eagles. Calabar is out because Calabar is preparing for the National Sports Festival, and so Kaduna is hosting. They hosted the Flying Eagles, they hosted the Eaglets yesterday, and they're going to be hosting the Falcons. But where will the Eagles play the qualifying games towards the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations? Maybe in the days ahead, we'll get details of all of that. And then today in Kaduna, not at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium, it was at the other terrible stadium called Kaduna Township Stadium. That was where Kaduna United beat Sunshine Stars by 2-0 in the last game of this match day in the Glow Premier League.
They should really do something about that pitch.
Yeah. All right. So that's the result. The only result outstanding from midweek matches in the Glow Premier League. John, let's allow you to say a final word to your fans, and then how quickly are you bouncing back after the World Cup, Nations Cup qualifiers on the way? How quickly do you want to bounce back into the mainstream of the Super Eagles? Yeah,
I'm always ready. When I go back for preseason with my club, I always train hard, and hopefully when I'm called upon, I'll come do what I know how to do best, and I'll always give my best. And to the fans, I want to say thank you to everyone. I just want to say thank you to them because they really helped me. In this period of my
difficult moment.
Difficult, yeah. So they helped me. I want to say thank you to everyone, and I promise to always give them my best, and always put a smile on their faces, with my performance for the national team.
We can only wish you the very best of luck, John.
Thank you very much.
Hope that very soon you come back and your future will be very bright ahead of you. But let me take this thought very quickly from Darlington Amadi on Twitter. I feel it's very key what Darlington Amadi is saying. Pastor Darlington, our very good friend, he says, I expect the Nigerian Football Federation to take the coach of John Ogu to FIFA's disciplinary committee. He should be ashamed of his behavior. If the NFF can do anything to protect players like John, they should be able to go all the lengths. Report such coaches to FIFA. You're telling the player, feign injury, miss out on your national team. The player says no, and you shut him out of the team. I think that's a serious comment coming from Pastor Darlington, and I hope that the NFF can borrow a leaf from that going forward. We'll go on a quick break now. During the break, we'll be talking, we had an exclusive interview with one of John Ogu's teammate in the Super Eagles, Elderson Echiejile. Just recently, he was named an ambassador for soft drink giant Pepsi, and he also recently moved to Monaco in the French Championnat. He spoke to us exclusively. Sit back, enjoy the interview we had with Elderson Echiejile, and then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
Yeah, it was funny, I think they never expect my coming. In a few days, a lot of people knew I was there. And all they could ask, where are you from? And I said, Nigeria. And the next thing is, you know Victor Ikbeba? I said, yes, this is my boss. I know him. And they're like, wow, he's a great guy. And those good comments are really good. It helps you, In as much you're Nigerian, it helps you. I'm going to say a good tournament. Playing the World Cup in Brazil is something that could barely happen. So it's happening my own time. It's going to be a good tournament. Yeah, I think Brazil is a home of football. And it's going to be like festival. Like, football is like a culture for the Brazilians. So it's really going to make it more interesting. And a lot of people going there. And it's really going to be a big festival in the world. Yeah, I'm really happy being with the family of Pepsi, and they really mean a lot to me. they've contributed a lot to my career, me being a professional football right now. Started from the Pepsi Football Academy, and now I'm a professional footballer, and me being an ambassador of Pepsi, I'm really happy for that. Yeah, I believe so much in my team. I think we have what it takes. It's just for us to stick together, give everything, and we'll see what happens.
Champion, never afraid. Champion loves challenges. To be a champion, beat the best. To be a champion, drink Extra Juice! Extra Juice! Your instant energy drink containing 7 vitamin B, Korean ginseng, and royal jelly. Boost your stamina and power. Champions, drink Extra Juice!
Welcome back. Well, it's that time on Thursday when we talk basketball, and it gives us so much pleasure to go courtside. We're going to stay on the courts for the next 20 minutes till we wrap things up on the Thursday edition of Sports Tonight. My name is Yemi Adebayo, and it gives me so much pleasure to introduce to you the guys who are going to be, staying on courtside. I'm going to stay on courtside with two special people who have a special love for basketball. Let me start from my immediate right. I have, it's making his debut on the show. Ayatunde Onobolu. Gives me so much pleasure to welcome you.
Pleasure to be here, Yemi. Thank you.
All right, and Femi, that needs little or no description. Femi.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking basketball.
All right. We're all pressed for time, so let's just dive straight into it. We're going to start from home. Talking basketball, and let's talk about one of the initiatives of the NBBF. We were talking about it before we got in here. It's a mentorship program for grassroots coaches. And let me start with you, Femi. What's the essence of this? Some would have said, go after the youths, but the NBBF, in its wisdom, let's start with the grassroots coaches.
Yeah, I think it should start from the top. I think that's where the NBF is looking at it from, because it's the coaches that impact the players. Yes. And they have to impact the right things. There has
to be a philosophy.
Yes, and they have to pass the right things to them. Off air, we're talking about some of the issues. I'm sure he would make some clarity about that. But I must say it's commendable. At least they pick 12 coaches, and we hear they're going to be picking another batch. I think there will be two or three batches. I am not pretty sure about how much, but they said there will be another batch, to converge in Abuja. But these ones will be converging, on Saturday. That's the 30th, of this month, and to be a 2-day program to work on, the junior national teams for the under-18 and under-16, KDA, because we know this for the rest of the year there'll be a lot of activities in that instead, especially for qualifiers.
I mean, actually, what's your view on this? Let's quickly talk about the initiative. Apart from the things Femi has said, what is there to gain, really?
Well, I think one of the problems we have in Nigerian basketball, as it were, is it seems to be a one-sided affair. One-sided in what sense? If you monitor the way Nigeria has been playing as a national team at the Olympics, the FIBA African Championships, you find out that we have issues getting points from outside, for instance. When you go all across the streets of Lagos, you want to walk into the key, and no normal defense will allow you to do that kind of a thing. Yeah. Okay, when you walk along crosses in the courts in the streets of Lagos, you find guys just trying to get layups and dunks.
Same mentality everywhere.
Absolutely. So the fundamentals must be visited. Players must learn how to shoot. And it's good you're starting from the grassroots. And so kids will be able to know exactly the rudiments of basketball, what you should do, what you shouldn't do to cut corners. And I think it's a brilliant development as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Hopefully we'll begin to see the effects on the young players. And I hope that it gets to the top, like Femi has said, and the senior players as well, starting to show the impact of the coaches showing on the players. But let's go straight to the DSTV Premier Basketball League. I mean, that's the big thing, the in thing in Nigeria. America has its own NBA, but what we have here, DSTV Premier Basketball League. So let's take a look at week 12 fixtures. And let me run you through, and my guys in the studio are itching to go. They'll